Here we're ready. Peace and welcome, family. Welcome to the Ring and Stone Network. We're trying to do some readings, and this was kind of like an encore for the beautiful job that our readers did maybe a month or so ago. So there were folks that was asked that were shy that decided this time they wanted to get a reading from the four people that did reading. So we're going to try to do that today. Let me read my opening, like that. We're ready. Peace and welcome, family. Welcome to the Ring and Stone Network. And we're getting there. We're trying to do some readings, and this was kind of like an encore for the beautiful job that our readers did maybe a month or so ago. So there were folks that was asked that were shy that decided this time they wanted to get a reading from the four people that did reading. So we're going to try to do that today. Let me read my opening. Got a little echo here. Got to get that together. Okay. It says, the gifted shall inherit the earth. Decades ago, many people began feeling the shift. We can see into life patterns and knew, at least vaguely, what was coming. Remember when we were different, when society stared at us like crazy people let loose in the streets? However, have you realized we are becoming the new status quo, caring about the earth and all her creatures, pursuing spiritual awakening, connecting with the powers of magic and manifestation, working with energy and subtle forces, healing through our heart. Remember, you are not alone anymore. Someone told me there's only one shaman per village. We are spread out to saturate the earth with this new consciousness. So it is vitally important to connect with other modern shamans to ground yourself in this new reality, to be reminded that you are not crazy. And together we are lighting up a pathway to a beautiful future of peace, prosperity, and joy. A world where the heart and the soul are beacons we are guided by. So to my anointed, gifted beings, don't ever doubt your gift or your value to the world. I am grateful that you personally have survived the challenges to hold up your own light for the world. Bless you, the Creator's elect. Thank you for sharing your light. Your day is dawning at last. Peace, family. Welcome. Again, I want to play this little piece right quick. I just love this piece. I think it's appropriate going into this new era, especially after the equinox, if I can get it to work. Come on, yeah. Oh,
To say that
is it playing?
I am finally ready to join you in our future. It has taken me so long to disembark because packing your bags for life is no easy task.
Thank you. I'm sorry, y'all. They just don't want to let me do it today. There it is.
Yeah, no sound, bro. Okay.
A letter to myself. The me I am in this time and space, to the me I want to be in my own tomorrows. Dear me, I am writing to say that I am finally ready to join you in our future. It has taken me so long to disembark because packing your bags for life is no easy task. At first, I let me pack things we do not need. A duffel for my uncle's niece. Carry-on for my lover's lady. trunk for my parents, daughter, Pullman for my siblings, sister, all more than we can carry. And as I both know, whatever the means of transport, there is always a cost for excess baggage. After reconsidering necessity, I decreased the load to one backpack. At any rate, I'm headed our way. Take care. I'll be you when I get there.
Okay, did that work?
Yes.
It did work. Cool. I love that piece. You know. All right. First, I wanted to do, since we have a few people on, I wanted just to kind of share, if we could, some of the things that we feel is going to happen in the future, or what are we seeing that we think may happen in the future. If someone would like to share.
I'll share. Hello. How y'all doing? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Anyone?
Well, being as though I'm from Philadelphia, right? And we just had a whole symbolic situation where a melanated man is standing up for and protecting his melanated wife. I think that is symbolically an amazing way to start the Aries season, which Aries is Mars and Mars is war. For the past 2.5 years, I've been asking, and I don't call us Black, you melanated people, men specifically, how are we women supposed to feel protected by our men if our men are listening to those trying to kill us? And to see not what the media and the distractions are, but the symbolism of a thing, I'm excited for the next 45 days. Just to see the reaction of how our protectors come through. So I'm hyped. And I'm an Aries too. So my whole ordeal is war.
Sweet. What? I ain't gonna ask you what day. I'm the 12th.
April 2nd.
Okay. Yeah. So I've been called Henny Penny before. So the sky is falling. But it was interesting because, like, the man stood in Poland and told the world that dude got to be unseated, and that was a very powerful thing to say. When you put a bounty on another leader's head, that's another reason why we should be prepared. And then also during my Venom party, the guys we're trying to put together the survival. They didn't know about the survival. They didn't know about the Venom party. They just happened to get up that morning and the YouTube popped up on their phone that we was having the Venom party, and they stopped by. So personally, I felt like they were sent there to let us know that it's time for us to get prepared, and those brothers had some insight, some spiritual insight on things that's going to happen in the planet. And they had some spiritual insight on how our government was preparing for if we got bombed in America. And so it's something that, that's why we're trying to follow up with them, because I feel like they were kind of like a little blessing to us to come and just say, hey, y'all got to take this more serious. Because a lot of people think in America, we could never get touched, like that. So it's about being prepared, because they could all be, what I'm saying is, for me personally, I believe that they have to prove to the watchers that they can control this planet before the Nibiru come. Cammy, would you mute, please? No, so we getting a little noise, background noise for you.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Sorry about that.
No problem. And so I think that part of 2 years ago when they shut down the planet, they were trying to prove to the Anunnaki before you get here that we control the planet and control all the people on the earth so that they will be disciplined, because the people on the earth have rebelled against the Anunnaki before and kicked them off the planet. So personally, I believe that even this is kind of like a charade leading up to, can they control governments so that the governments won't rebel against them? So
may I interject though?
Sure.
On the spiritual aspect of it, we've been in war. I want to say maybe for the past 3 months, when I'm resting, I'm not fighting. But for the past maybe 5 years or better, we've been at war. We've been fighting on the spiritual realm. So all that they're doing right now is what I tell people is, when they say look down, look up. If they tell you look up, look down. If they tell you it's war, it's actually they've been defeated. Rome has already fallen. When they told you it was a coin shortage, they were making bullets. This is they never going to tell you in war when you're in war. They want to tell you we at peace, or it's a virus going around, or something other than what it is. To be honest, the battle is already won. So it's brilliant to find out how to be self-sufficient. But I don't think we should look at it in the way of self-sufficient, because we're not going to be able to depend on somebody else to take care of us. We should already have the mindset of that. But war, we've already been in that. Negroes are still prisoners of war at this point.
It's interesting because I've met some people that are meeting people with ships. You know what I mean? Like some people that's close to me are like, Usiku, these ships are coming down, like that I was talking. So there are people that are actually, like this one is landing almost in her backyard, and they're not fully communicating with her, but they're telling her how to prepare. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So I think that, well, I know something's going to go on. It's just where we're going to be or how prepared we're going to be. Because I think, like with the survival, the main thing about survival is being able to get yourself used to, if you don't have something, then you won't go in shock. Like tomorrow, if they shoot air nuke off, it'll knock out all the electrical components. And see, so what do you do with no electricity? And if you don't get out and at some point and learn to live a weekend without it, when it happens, you more go into a shock and a panic, opposed to just saying, well, I've done this before, like that. But that's the whole thing. And thanks for sharing, Dana. I appreciate that. Anybody else want to share?
Brother Isuku.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm good. Peace. How are you, brother?
I'm all right. The sister said earlier about protecting the women, right? The women have to keep in mind they must be able to be protectable, because they can't go out and put themselves in situations that's gonna cause trouble. Like, I'm even down to what you wear, down to where you go. You see these things online where these young girls are just out of control. It's just, our people are in a bad shape, and you want us to protect. And it is the women that controls a lot. They don't realize how much they control. And this planet is under judgment right now. It's under judgment. We are in big trouble as a people. I'm speaking as a people. We're in danger. those you say the ships are coming down. Those are light by beings.
How are you doing?
Those are light by.
Huh.
You breaking up, brother Mike.
Okay. You said those ships are coming down. Those are light body beings. And we're in trouble as a people. As nuclear melanin-like people, we're in trouble. So, and once they leave, they're gone. They're gone. They're not coming back.
Yeah, that could be, but you know, you gotta look around at all the people that have power, and then we've kicked them off the planet before. So if you like right now, I know almost everybody here. So I know almost everybody's spiritual gift here. So right now we have enough power together collectively to protect the planet. You see what I mean? It's just a matter of us tapping into it. But we all have that omnipotent power. It's more the internet teaches that, because all you really got to do is just go and land the sun and transmit the power from the sun back into your grip, and you have unlimited power. It's just you have to practice it now. So with the people that's on here, we have enough power to protect our planet. You know what I mean? And in some ways, for me, it is kind of, that's the way I want it. Because even if a being is coming and landing and talking to some people I know, but then it's you know what I mean? There's a lot of pain on the planet, right? You know, the war over there is not the start of the wars that they've been doing in Africa, or the wars that they, what they inflict on the people in Australia, or what they're doing to the people in Canada. That's just, like this guy is going off. But we on the inside have enough power where we could even stop those things. You know what I mean? It's just, we gotta, in some ways we have to focus and make sure we're around people that are working on their metaphysical gift. And I'm sure there's people that don't. There's a lot of people. It's not just, Black people or Black teens. There's white people that don't give a damn about but material things, and they're not paying attention. There's Indians that come to the U.S. You see what I mean? There's a lot of people that really ain't paying attention. It was like I was talking to one of the survivalist twins today, and he said it's going to be like Noah's Ark. People really not going to pay attention until the door closed. You see what I mean? So it's on us to keep doing these things, stand together, getting used to that we are normal. Our power is working, we are normal. And the more we accept that, then the more powerful we just normally get, because you naturally develop a belief system in yourself, or you naturally, like when I met Dana, I looked on the card dash and I knew what she was about. And it was like, okay, that's my family. Let me go in the store. You see what I'm saying? Or with Tammy and I, we've been doing things with Mike and I, with Barbara and I, with Eddie and I. I can name the names of the people, that Dr. Madeline, we shared on her stories. And then, the house that she went to with the lady was no longer there. It appeared for her to understand that she had to wake up and get prepared, because there's a major change coming to the planet. So it's about us knowing collectively that we're here and we can change shit. You see what I'm saying? Like that. And once we get that, it's all good. We might not even have to go camping. We might, you know what I mean? Like that. We might just say, hey, you can bomb everything but this area. Spartanburg. You know what I mean? Like that. It's up to us to believe. Go ahead, Dana.
I agree. It's all about taking your power back. It's the difference between believing and knowing. When you believe a thing, you're not sure of a thing. You really just having faith in something unseen. But when you know, it's no what might happen. You just know if it does happen, you'll hear about it, but you won't experience it. It's not your life. That's not your story. That's not what you created here. It's not why you came here. Everybody's struggle, not our struggle. And to say as a people, that everybody is doing, to me, is a curse. and I don't accept those. Like I just, you know, I can't accept that spell. It's not many of people that are in the know. But when you know that you know that you know, you can hear. I'm like you can look at TV or whatever. You can hear from somebody else what they're experiencing, and it'll never touch you. So, and coming to protection, I mean, we're not talking about those beings or feminine aspects that are out here not protectable or you feel should not be protected. I'm talking about your mother, your sister, your aunt, your cousins, your wife. That's it.
All right, what you got, Tammy?
I agree with you too, Dana. So many people, they're waking up, but they don't know what's the next step. They don't know how to do it. It's like there's so many people that need our help going to the next level. You know, I've even ran into so many people this week. It's almost like their energy was just pulling, you know, and they don't understand what's going on. They know something is different. They know something is going on. You know, they're seeing things, you know, they're but it's your belief system. Is your belief system. You know, what do you believe?
Well, I spent 8 months living in a tent, and you know, and I it was in the graveyard, right? And I asked the ancestors one night, like, why am I here? And I told them that I was lonely, right? And they just kind of told me to shut up and train, because they said one day it's going to be more of you than you think. And I'm at that point now, you know what I mean? Like, I'm at that point where I see it every day. I see someone that's waking up and getting ready for the new energy that this planet going. You see what I mean? Like that. That's one of the reasons why I read the poem at the beginning, because it talks about us being isolated, and now you can find thousands of us that you can talk to every day. Most of us, we can talk to gifted people and never talk to somebody that ain't awakening. You know what I mean? So it's a thing where it's happening. It seems like it's happening slow, but it's in a rapid pace. It's speeding up, because you can meet someone young now, and the things that I went through, they're going through faster because they're bringing them in faster because we're in those last days. So it's a beautiful time to, you know, like one of my favorite poets, Sekou Sudiat, he did this piece about people picking cotton. They dreamed of Husiku. You see what I mean? Like that, because they pick cotton. And like Husiku, when I started in 02 in that tent, then I dreamed of this day. You know what I mean? And so, even with this meeting, it's a very, very special day, you know, because at some point, you know, we collectively come together and we shall be free, you know, or that new energy that's going to come to the planet that changed the planet for our children. You see what I mean? And that's important, you know, and we're not talking about a revolution. We're talking about a global, universal evolution. And that's what's coming. It's an evolution. We're going to evolve back to going back into when we officially, in another 25 years, officially be in the constellation of Aquarius, then we may be more telepathic. You know what I mean? Like that. And a higher level of species, or just a higher level of thinking, you know, like that. And that's a beautiful thing. Yeah. So, anybody else want to comment on this? Come on, Eddie, do you have a movie? Where's he at? Is Eddie there?
Yeah, I'm here now, bro. I ain't got no movie.
Not one movie. Anybody else would like to share? If not, I would like we have two of our readers here. Will y'all give some background information, and then we'll see who wants to be the first to get read.
Hey, how y'all doing? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Clear.
Now
Okay. My
it's so
name is
funny. I was about to
Tammy,
text you,
invited me
Tammy.
on. A lot of your stuff that y'all say and everything is true. Like I could be sitting outside overnight We went to the sunrise or whatever. And I noticed there's a whole lot of stuff that goes on with the sky that I be seeing as well. Like it be ships disappearing, and it can be dark outside, and you can see this light. It's like you would have thought it was a helicopter or maybe a drone, and it just disappeared into the it's like all of them. It's like 3 or 4 or 5 of them, and they fly to the same spot, and they just disappear right in front of my face. And it could be like a light, like a little, you know how an airplane does and fly, but it's not an airplane. And then you have these little, just so much, and then I can see the beams that's in the sky and everything being there. It's just so much. So I can't really talk like I want to because I got my children in the car. Okay.
You might need another pack of hair. Yeah. Which you got something that's you need more.
Sorry about that. I'll try to catch and mute people as we go. Anybody else have a comment before? Tammy, you was getting ready to give your introduction. Star Child.
Actually, I was about to text Cammie. And as I was texting her, she already started speaking.
Oh,
so
wonderful.
That's actually what because I knew that she had something to say. So I was actually texting her before she came in. So I was, saying, yeah, you must have thought that I was about to, tell Cammie to go ahead and let loose what she wanted to say. She already did it before I can finish my text.
So where's my boy at? Do people feel like we could trust alien life forms? Does anybody feel like they can trust them?
I don't trust aliens. I trust extraterrestrials.
Okay.
Actually, I don't even think it's an alien. I think it's basically the government fooling around with the sky, because you got to think about it. God made different kind of people. We all different kind of people. You get black, white, or whatever. And so, but God also made other life forms, other places out. We call them aliens, but really they're God's human beings. And a lot of people call them that, but like I said, they used to have giants here on Earth back in the day. We had earth angels. We have earth angels that are on the planet as well. But some of us don't even know that we may be earth angels that was brought into this earth. And this is why some of us be by ourselves and God allows us to be by ourselves, and basically how I look at the world is like the Matrix. Because it's like you either take the red pill or the blue pill, and you want to wake up. And then the world is built on numbers anyway. Because God created the numbers of everything by numbers. And then when you think about it, if you ever watched a movie called Mortal Kombat, if you ever watched that movie, God has chosen certain warriors on the world to save the world and everything and save his people. So it's like a few of us that's just like Mortal Kombat as well and have special gifts. I was just saying that if you just think about that as well, because like God appointed Moses, he gave Daniel strength, he done gave Jesus strength and everything to show his power and his works. They was that Mortal Kombat. They was that Matrix, people that done woke up on this world. And there's a few of us that God also created us, to be that way. But we all have a mission. Some are set to do evil things as a mission. Some are set to do good things as a mission. And that was my opinion on that part. But I don't think that it's alien life form. I think it's God's people, God children that he created, but we come in different forms.
What do you mean by
Hello.
alien life form?
Hello. Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Seeker, what do you mean by trusting alien life form? What do you mean by alien life form?
I said, I don't think, I heard someone say something about, can we trust alien life form?
And I'm asking, what does he mean by alien life form?
Well, what I'm saying is this, right? If there's a supreme being that has a ship that's far superior than our, and they weren't born on this planet, but then can I trust them if they bring their technology here and don't change the planet? You know, they just stand around and observe all this death and destruction. It's hard for me to trust. You understand what I'm saying? You know, like there's rumors that America has been in bed with certain alien life forms, you know, since what, FDR, maybe before that, whatever. I don't know. But
I got you. Well, it depends on your knowledge of them. And this is gonna sound a little weird, but I'm gonna drop this. It depends on their fingers. If they got 6 fingers, run. If they got 3 fingers, run. If they got 4 fingers, they want to help you. If they got 5 fingers, they want to be your friend. So you have to know what you're looking at. Like people on this planet, can't trust everybody on this planet either. And God did not make everything. God creates so its creators can create. So you got those that are scientists that are creating other beings, and they leave them to their own devices. They don't destroy them, but they leave them to their own devices. So there are lots of them that you can't trust. And those are other beings that create other beings. So, yeah.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. Yes. First, I want to thank you for inviting me in. Tammy Ashley invited me in, and so far I'm enjoying this conversation. I just want to respond to the question that you said about trusting. You said alien life.
Yes.
Do I trust alien life personally? Well, extraterrestrial, and you know, ETs, what they call extraterrestrials or aliens, which we would really have to stop calling them that, because they names that this system gave them. They're more so our alliance. Some call them family, because that's basically what they are, which is family. Yes, I did. And because I know the reason why they're here and why this is happening at this time and why everything is happening at this time is because of a shift. We are in a shift, and this planet is going back to balance. So when people are seeing ships or they having contact with people, yeah, that is happening, because they not just uncloak their ships. They have left them and they walking among us now. Some might be online right now listening in. So are they trustworthy? Yeah, I do. Compared to the system that we've been in for now, yeah, I trust them. What more damage can happen to what's happened to this planet at this time?
Well, based on my daughter, which I trust, she says that there's some that want to come to this planet to destroy man, woman, child, animals, blah, blah, blah. They want to totally reset this baby.
Well, actually, the ones that your daughter speaks on is the ones that's always been here and never left.
Hey, hybrids.
Yeah, they've been here. They never left. They always been here. That's what we see when we call our government, our mayors, our senators, our Congress. Yeah, it's them. They always been here. That's why the condition and the people are in the condition we are now, because of these ETs or these hybrids or these AIs that's been controlling not just this planet, but the people. That's why we in this condition. So they already been here. So the ones that's coming, I'll take my chances on them. You know, what is that? What did they say? My enemy friends is my friends, or my enemy is my friend. Yeah, my enemy's enemy is my friend. And we know the ones that's here, the ones that's coming is their enemy. So they are our friends.
Well, okay. And you know, I'm like, you could be my friend, Tammy could be my friend. Dana, you got your hand up if you want to go. I think we should do it ourselves. I think we should train and learn how to move our energy so we can protect our planet. And then go ahead.
They're our ancestors. That's the thing. Like if you look into even what they were doing in Kemet, they were showing us that they were going off planet. And if you look into the history of even the Nazis and how they were using Kemetic symbols and they were preparing to go off planet. So it's just picking up the science that's already been to show you who the people coming back for you. That's why for all this time, they've been trying to tell you something that you're not. That's my understanding of the thing because I've experienced it. I'm not saying I was abducted or anything like that, but I do have knowings of these things from even looking at glyphs and things of that nature. It's a place in the subconscious and your DNA that's supposed to teach you these things. It shouldn't have to come in letters. So as I was saying, I don't trust aliens. Aliens are hybrids. You know, I used to always ask people why are they calling Mexicans aliens? It made no sense to me, which made me start to actually seek for the knowledge of extraterrestrial. We are terrestrial beings because we're on the planet. Extraterrestrials are only beings that live off this planet.
I suppose we've been here, but we are from another world also.
Indeed.
I suppose we are both.
Exactly.
Okay. You know, but you just know if you walk up to me and you got an alien, I walk away, you just know it's like you don't trust. You know, like that.
Alien is a two-part word.
And Mike, you know, you was under Dr. York for a while. What did York say about him? I mean, you know, like that.
Well, you got to go listen to York. You know what word York say about it, listen to York.
I can't hear you, Foy, from your phone.
No, I said you want to hear what York say about it, listen to York.
Okay, I got you. That works for me. What's that? So do y'all want to do your introductions and then let's start the readings? Bring on the readings.
I'm gonna say this too. I was listening to a lot of things that everyone was saying, and again, is your belief system. Most of us know that who are here and who's not here. We can feel it. Some of us don't have to see it. You know, you can stand next to a person and feel it at times. So, you know, you just got to recognize and pay attention to your body. Pay attention to the universe. Pay attention to what's going on around you, even your family members. You know, some of them is from different places. You know, pay attention. That's what I'm gonna say. Feel your body. Feel what you're feeling when you're around different individuals.
I agree. Thank you for sharing that, because I've been telling people, even, you know, we choose our family members, we choose our enemies, we choose our friends. So again, test, you know, your body, you know, trust also your body, because sometimes that happened to me. I might be in a place and feel it. And I said, oh, yeah, that's might be in my head. And before you know it, something crazy happened. So yes, trust your gut, trust your spirit. And when you feel like leave that place, just leave. So thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome. There's so many of us out here that's gifted. Like I said, that see, can see past the veil. I mean, it's just a matter of using your gift, because all of us have a gift. It's just a matter of using it. If you're willing to use it and what you can do with it, manifesting things that you want and removing the things that you don't want. Like a lot of people, a lot of clients and stuff I have, they don't realize that they are manifesting a lot of these things because they thinking it. Because it's like, I'm gonna say the universe wants you to get whatever it is that you want. So if you're thinking a lot of negative things, that's what you're gonna get. A lot of negative things. So if you think positive, think high vibrational, that's what you'll get. And everything is gonna line up. I mean, of course, we're gonna have them moments where as though we gotta fight. We gotta bring that warrior up beside of us, you know, and fight. You know, it's all of it is a fight. It's a fight to whether or not you how far do you want to go? How far do you want to progress even with yourself? You know, what do you want to bring forth? What do you don't want? Where do you want your family to be at? You know, it's all those things.
But what happens when it ain't biblical and it ain't no God and it ain't no angels? You know, what happened with that reality? When you get to that reality, when you say, oh, that Bible was brought down by some beings that were the watchers, that was the Anunnaki. What happens then? Where do you go from there?
Can I say something?
No. Go ahead, Tammy. No, you can say something. I'm sorry.
Okay. Do you believe that certain people can see in the future and can also teleport out of their own bodies and still see themselves laying there and be able to float away into the spiritual world to see what's there? Do you believe that a person can actually do that?
Absolutely. We all, so
Oh,
many of us can
yes.
do that.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Well, may I
Yes.
say this to you? Well, I have this to tell you. Heaven is real and hell is real. Angels are real. And that's all I have to say.
And it's Dr. Madeline again. Can I share something, Brother Isuku?
No, yeah. It's an open discussion before we start.
Okay, thank you. I just left Egypt, and that was an experience for me. Number one, the first temple I work in, it was like the mother wanting me to be there. It just like I had that, all the dirt came on me, on my eyes, it's just like testing the dirt again. All those things been created for us before the foundation. And all so that way we can remember who we are. All the things on those temples, those are our stories that we wrote before the foundation, so we can always remember. And those are for people who have eyes to see. Yes, many people will go there and just read to them and think it's the story about pharaohs or whatever. But when you go there with eyes to see, it is your story. It is the story of your falling and just go back and ascend, be back in oneness. And right now, it is that time where all those things going on, where you will raise your vibration. So you will not attract anything else that is greatness, nothing else that is godly, because that's the vibration you will carry wherever you go. Yes, there's going to be evil. Evil always been on the earth because this is the land of Seth. Right? So because it is the land of Seth, we come here to overcome and still have that knowledge working as complete, holy, and perfect into that. Yes, sometimes we have to remember who we are. That's why we have those things. That's why we got meetings. That's why when we come here, someone will activate you. So, you know, you will meet people and also you will feel like, oh, something happened. Yes, that's a shift inside of you because it was an appointed time. That person may be in your group soul, just assigned to activate you. So it is a wonderful time, a time for no fear. It just like, you know, work on your vibration so your vibe will attract your tribe, and wherever you go, there will be no fear because you're working as God. Those things are there to remind you so that you can remember who you are and working on this earth as God. I'm complete.
Preach. Love it.
Thank you. Anybody else?
It was something I did here to say. I forgot it that quick. God darn it.
Cool.
Hello, can I say one more thing?
Sure.
Far as me, I don't know about everyone else, but I get a lot of lately it happened for a minute, but then did it stop and it pick back up. So I get a lot of what people would say informational downloads or contacts. Just to know, because we know there's a lot of tension in the air globally right now, know what's happening. So just to get it out, it's going to be an event that's going to happen really soon. A big one, then it's going to be a major one. It could be weeks or months at a time, but it's going to be really, really soon. I don't know if a lot of people feeling it. I know we get a lot of war talk, what's going on across the pond. That's had something to do with it, but then it doesn't. But just to know that it's an event, this is going to happen really soon. Just be prepared mentally and spiritually.
There's a lot of things myself I've been seeing too. Even I want to say a little while ago, I had a vision of we was in New York, and we was in this. I feel like we was in this hotel building or something, like a tanned building next to the stadium. I've never really been to New York, so you know, I'm not sure how things are set up, but we was in like this hotel next to a stadium, and there was 2 spaceships. There was one the shape of a bell, and then there was one the shape of a flying saucer. And it was, as I was looking down inside of the stadium, there was so many people in there, so many people. But when the spaceship, when they collided, it was like they just dropped, and it was this big explosion, like the biggest explosion. And everybody was running, and, you know, they was just scared and screaming, everybody trying to find a safety place, you know, between that one and the other one, kind of recent, also was New York. It was the Statue of Liberty. Now, and I kept seeing these, it was more so like there was something exploded underwater and came up. So it was like, it was the prettiest colors though. It was so pretty. It was coming up, and it was almost like a tornado, and it rose the water. And what I saw was that the water was on the Statue of Liberty's feet. And order for it to be on her feet, it's like them islands around there had to be underwater because the statue is on this, you know, such a high podium. So yeah, I believe there's so much coming. There's a lot that's coming.
My first vision, the second week of May 8, 1989, was a major earthquake off the East Coast. And it was deep because at that time I was still believing in the Bible crap. And so when I opened the Bible, the words earthquake came out in bold black and almost hit me in the nose and then went back in the book. So at some point, you know, I knew then that that was going to be a major disruption. And basically, now I know there's a lot of people now that's trying to make sure they're above 1,000 feet, you know, like that. They're trying to live above 1,000, you know, so whatever it is may cause a major earthquake, and then it's going to cause a tidal wave. Like if you ever go look at the I am map, that's what the people see that the United States may end up looking like, the I am map.
I have a question.
Yes.
These spaceships, are they from outer space, another planet, or are they from Earth?
The ones that some of my friends are seeing, they're not from this world. Yeah. They just have a way to see them, you know what I mean? Because I've been dealing with them. They've been like, you see them? I'm like, I never, but I know that they see them because I end up letting them exchange numbers so they can talk about it. Yeah.
I know for me, you just see it. It's not, you know, there's no really indication whether or not it's from here or, you know, from outer space,
yeah.
you know.
So there, yeah.
Yeah, so you just see them, you know.
It's interdimensional.
But see, like they're seeing the beings. Like when I talked to one of the females yesterday, and she's actually seeing the beings, you know, because she told me that the being came to the door, and I was like, did you talk to her? She said she didn't let me talk to her, but it told her for her to start learning the ways of the wolf. That's what it told her to start doing, like that. And they don't look humanoid. You see what I mean? Like that.
And also, no government globally don't have the technology to make ships. They might have different access to different certain things to make like missiles or planes, but as far as the technology to have that to go in and out, no government has that. Globally, they don't have that technology.
Actually, they do.
You sure about that?
Actually, they do.
They do have technology.
We watched it. We watched them open portals in the sky. In 2016, they were doing it like every month. You can look it up. It looked like sperm in the sky. It was a portal opening and something going in. So if it's something going in, there's something coming out. And they also have what's called hydrogen colliders, where they smash particles together to open up dimensions.
Yeah,
that's right.
The super atom smasher.
You're talking about in CERN, what they do in CERN.
Yeah,
but it's here too.
Right.
There's three of them.
The largest one is over in what she's talking about. That's the largest one.
Right, but they have not been successful on that one. They have torn.
They've been successful. They've been successful, but it's been destructive. They've been successful, but it's been destructive. They don't know what they're doing.
Right.
They did do it. Now, there's a general, I can't remember his name. He said, we now have the technology to take ET home. So yeah, so they do have that. They take those crafts and they backwards engineer them.
Right, reverse engineer. And even the Philadelphia experiment, when they had the ship in the middle of the water, and they would jump time long. They've been doing this since the 30s.
Exactly. When they show you something, they 6 times better. They just showing you what they mastered. They showing you what they done with. They done with that one, and they got something 6 times better. So they 6 folds deep.
So my point is still whose side they on. You know, like,
so let me ask you.
I don't believe you can stand around and watch that much destruction and then I
Exactly.
trust you. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this. If they have that technology, as though they did, like, like they said they do, because they say a lot of things. Why so afraid, or why willing to battle or go against was anything that's coming into this realm?
Because
If
they created it to destroy. They want to destroy the earth.
They're not afraid to go against what's coming into this earth. If you're just that stupid to try to go out there and think you're gonna win, look at the mindset or the mentality what you're dealing with on this planet called a Caucasian. He anything that's not of him, he has to dominate or try. That's just his mentality.
But is it just the Caucasian, or is it power? Because when you go back through history, the Moors were of color and they corrupted themselves because they had power. You go to Egypt, and the Egyptians corrupted themselves and they had power and they were of color. So is it that, or just when humans get so much power?
That's what everybody wants. That's what all of them wants. I don't care what race you are. That's what they want. When you're in that position of power, you want more power, which corrupts absolutely.
If that's the nature of the being, I agree.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Instead of just folks that is a Caucasian, just say that there are some humans in their obsession for power, they will sell their soul.
I'm going to be specific. You can tell it however you want, but I'm going to be specific with
Okay, that's fair.
I'm going by what I see.
Okay, that's fair. I won't try to change that. That's fair. Like that. I'm just trying to bring it up so that so we understand that it may become a day we have to coagulate and protect. And we may not need to. It may be the savior is us and nobody else. Just us. We're the saviors by reaching inside and doing what we got to do. It's like when you read Malidoma Pratis and he bragged about being educated and blah, blah, blah. But when he went back to the village and was trying to tell them about Star Trek, his elders laughed because it's like, hell, we've been going out of body to the moon for years and going to Saturn. You see what I mean? Like that. And so that's our power from within that at some point, it's kind of like the movie, Eddie, the movie. I think it was the Airbenders where they had all these gifted people crowd at the North Pole and they was locked in, but they had the power to control, and we do too. And we're corralled and we're locked in. And that's my whole point with it, is that what we need is to reach inside ourselves and get out all we can get. Go ahead, sister. Ladies and gentlemen, Nicky Love is here, and Adinkra. Peace, greetings.
We just pulling up, so give us a minute. We're about to get in the house, and then we'll be on the computer. Okay.
That'll work. Cool. Peace.
Okay. All right.
And that's me. It's like I'm more from what I've seen and been living in the graveyard and all them things that came around me. You know what I mean? It still seems like that we're going to have to learn to do it ourselves. If we want the planet, we're going to have to learn once again, to kick off the planet, the things that make the planet bad. And it may be more so the watchers, the Nephilim that are.
Why do you think they put you here? You got to do this. You can't be here waiting on somebody else or waiting on something. That's still a slave mentality or a Christian-fied mentality. I'm waiting on somebody. So what does that do? That make me sit on my ass and be lazy because somebody else gonna come and do it. That's a Christian mentality, slave mentality. Get that? See, we just don't have the mindset, as someone said earlier. That all that has messed our minds up. And yes, I got to say we as a people, because we can't be selfish.
We gotta come together.
We can't be selfish. We all got to go together or take as many with us as we can. We can't be selfish. Take no time for that.
Selfish is not a bad thing. Self-centered is, and too much selflessness is as well. Selfish balance. Word to the wise.
That leads to narcissism. So true.
Self-centered is bad. Selfish says, I'm going to do what I need to do to save you. Self-centered says, F you, I'm going to save myself. Selfless says, I'm going to save you before I save myself. They teach you on the airplane that you got to put the air on your face before you can save the person sitting next to you.
Hello. Can't even save nobody from waking up.
We all got to come together as far as mine and learn to dip into our magic and unlock our DNA. That's a lot that's holding us down. See, we need to learn to unlock our DNA to be able to save ourselves. You know.
I'm with you on that, definitely. You know, because we have it inside of us. You know, because basically the religions of the world make us not look inside, or, you know, like that. And that was the point I think about the last Airbender. All those people that had gifts with, you know what I mean? They were corralled when they had the power to be free and control the planet. We got to look at that. It's been done before. We have done it before because we have kicked down and knocked you off this planet. Historically, maybe about roughly about 9,000, almost 10,000 years ago. Because at some point in between the 9 and 10, we built a pyramid and it produced enough energy that they couldn't get on the planet because they don't like when that pyramid is really, really working. You know what I mean? Like that. So they said, historically, then they waited the 3,600 years when their planet came back around, and then they shot the Great Pyramid of Giza from the air. And that's what knocked it offline, and it's been offline since then. You know, so we basically have built like this huge, like an organ, and they don't really care for organ and like that. And so, and that's a period of like 7,000 years, you see. And so when you start dealing with that species, you know, they can plan 1,000 years out, and then slowly we may tend to forget over our generations. But, you know, so some say that planet is here already, you know, like that.
Yeah, that's not the only planet. Says Nibiru here is like 6 different others.
You see, so then, and we used to know how to calculate it. We had the knowledge, you know what I mean? If you go to Ancient Aliens and look at caves and the series of things they did with that, we built caves. It was times when they knew that they was going to destroy the planet, and we went deep into caves like that and live livestock and everything lived. Or and some of the rumors is like with the Hopi that said the ant people came and brought some people and took them off planet into the inner earth like that. So this is something to consider, you know.
When you say Usiku
Yes.
kick the Anunnakis off the planet, what Anunnakis are you talking about? Who are you talking about?
From what I understand, it was the ones that enslaved us and made us a worker race, and we rebelled against that race, you know, because they were here to get gold, basically.
Okay.
And then they worked the hell out of us. And then at some point we rebelled, and then supposedly they designed another race to dig the gold. But at some point we just got tired of them, period. So
yeah, they came here, to mine gold, and they created a race that they brought here to mine gold for them. We was already resigned on this planet.
Yes.
But how everything was going out, it was conflict between us at the time, which is basically Atlantis, because really, this is really Atlantis. And the Anus was there, which is the Anunnaki, and it's another race that was also residing on the planet too. The Samaritans. That's also another terrestrial race. It was several different races. That's what I meant to say. It was several different races on this planet at the time that was occupying this planet at the time.
Yeah. They weren't kicked off. They left. They weren't kicked off. Yeah, they went back to their home planet. Yeah, I got what you're saying. What they created was called a Lulu Amalu. Those are the beings that they created here as the workers. Then what they did, they changed their DNA to make them weaker. As the rebellion that you're talking about took place, they changed them and they became weaker beings. And they left them to their own devices. So
I actually went up to Brown Mountain and experienced some of the Watchers. And they're deep being, and they exist up there. You know what I mean? Because it was.
You are the Anunnaki. You are the Anunnaki.
I'm from Sirius, but okay. But I did though. I went up to. You know, it was crazy because it was funny. Me and my daughter went up, and we went camping on Brown Mountain because even like one day I went up with Barbara, and Barbara told me the Watcher was there. So I did some research, and there are some Watchers that live on Brown Mountain, but it's a mountain that's crystal. So they like living on that crystal. And so then, you know, that I just said, well, shit, I'm going to go up there and threaten their ass. It's like, look, y'all going to be with me. I'm going to destroy your ass. I was bold. Back then I was bold. It's like 2018 and shit. So.
Yeah, they say, little one, you not know what you do. You know not what you do, little one. Come back down the mountain.
But they didn't say that. Actually, when I got there was so many damn police there. It was like they were protecting. And I got witnesses. There was police everywhere. They had police from 8 different counties there. Yeah.
Why?
We go to Brown Mountain all the time because when my mentor got there, he got there late, right? And I was in the middle of the lake saying, I'm gonna destroy y'all. I'm in the middle of this doggone lake on this rock like this, focusing, I'm gonna destroy y'all because y'all ain't with me, right? And shit like that. And when he came, came out of meditation, walked up to him and like, they got cops protecting them. And my mentor was like, you crazy. And after 15 minutes, he was like, Usiku, you right. Because the sheriffs of all those counties was going back and forth past us every 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes. So I know we have the capability to destroy them, right? And then when me and Gary and Yvette packed up, they left. You know what I mean? It was like they didn't hesitate because we left, and it was not dark. We just said, oh, let's go home, you know, like that. We packed up, and when we pulled out, and they frisked our car and took our driver's license, and when we looked up, they had like a RV there, a big 48-foot RV, and that joint pulled off, and all them cops left with us. But see, if you Google the Brown Mountain Lights, they like to live on that joint. So then another time I went up there, me and my daughter and these 2 sisters, right? And we camping, and the 2 sisters left. So then that night, they made me feel like I was in the flood. It was like just loud. That water was so loud. We was camped behind a little river. And then when I woke up, they was like broadcasting that river in my head. So I just got up, you know what I mean? And I left my daughter in the tent, and I walked out in the dark and like, what the hell y'all want? You know, like that. You know, I was younger then, and I was bolder. I'm not that bold anymore, but I was, because I was like, what the fuck? You know, I know that they can be destroyed. You see what I'm saying? Like that. I know they can. And so, and I know from my mentor, he'll admit to this day, it's like, it's all, and if you go up there any other time, it don't be police up there. You know what I mean? You might see, they got the one ranger that live on top of the hill, right? And it's a court mountain. Whenever that mountain moves, it produces orbs, like white orbs that go travel up the mountain. They try to play like they don't understand what's going on, but they do. They understand that it's just court.
That's your question. Let me ask you a question. Sure. Why would you want to destroy them? What's your purpose of destroying them? Why would you want to destroy them?
Because they won't let the new technology come into the planet. They control the blue blood, and the blue blood don't let the technology come to the planet to make the earth better. Period. You know, look at it right now, man. gas is high, right? That's
Mhm.
blue blood. That's Anunnaki and blue blood just sucking people dry because gas don't have to be there. Actually, we don't even have to be using gas. We could use ocean water, right?
That's a different type of Anunnaki. That's not the. They're all not the same.
And what I'm saying, I don't trust none of them because
I was about
the ones that's good should be fighting the ones that's bad. You know what I mean?
I was about to say that all the Andrews are not the same. We did war against them thousands of years ago, and it was a certain group that we war against, and there's certain ones that war with us against them, but they are not the same. They are different ones. But just to throw this out there, I don't know if anybody would here been in the military, but my little cousin did 2 tours over was it Iraq? 2 tours. And there he got out. A lot of soldiers got out at that time. I think it was like early 2000, from like 2005 all the way to like 2010, if I'm not mistaken. They got out in droves. And him and a friend, one of his military friends, told me one day, it was at my home, and we were just talking about what we're talking about now. That war wasn't all what people think that war was about. And one thing that they said was they witnessed what we're talking about themselves. And he said, this world is not ready for what the technology they have. And some are here to clean up who do not belong on this planet. They got out. They not trying to go back. He said they're not to be fucked with at all. And they don't want nothing or no one in their way. And these are men and women that was in the military, and they got out in droves.
But that sounds like they're making us expendable. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, I interpret that as you making that expendable because that war was 10 years ago. So you ain't showed me no evidence of cleaning this joint up in 10 years. I can't trust you. You know what I'm saying?
They're warring now with the ones we were with thousands of years ago. That's when we said that the ad news is not the same. They ad news, but they all have different agendas.
Well, I gotta ask this. I know y'all. Never mind. But anyway,
No, X.
Is that y'all slave mentality? Where even though y'all not Christians, but y'all still waiting for another alien race that have done nothing for us to now save us? And they're, you know what I'm saying?
No, we never said that.
We never said that. No, we're not looking for no one to save us. We know that we have the technology in us. We have the magic in us. We need to learn to unlock our DNA. Our DNA is the key to everything. And that don't have anything to do with the Bible or someone coming to save us at all. We just lost it. We're under a spell. We lost our power. We're technically under a spell. That's why we're in the condition we're in now. We got to break this spell.
That's right. Right. I agree with that.
Wait a minute. I appreciate you coming on, Mike. I can't wait till you do one of them shows for me.
No, I ain't doing no shows now.
No. One day, you know, I've been at you for 10 years.
Well, that day don't pass now. It's too now. You can't. It's hard to reach people now.
But anyway.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Have everyone ever heard of a guy named David Wilcott?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Did anyone get his book, read a book that he put in one of his chapters about a guy back in the 60s that the information was leaked to the government? They call him the Black Messiah. Have anyone ever heard of that story?
Dr. Terrell?
Yep.
Sean, you really making a big deal like that?
Or, you know, you can get some Eric Von Däniken. You know, when I started off, you know, with some Eric Von Däniken, my teacher in Upward Bound, he took us to Eric Von Däniken. It was a book called Chariot of the Gods, which is very, very deep, you know, like that. Let's start opening us up. to looking
You know
at
what
other things. Good.
That's all those ancient alien people. I left them alone because damn, everything is white. Everything is Caucasian. I got sick of that. You know, so I mean, and you learn them, they mix a little truth with a little lie. I just couldn't follow that no more. Ancient aliens and stuff. Everything is Caucasian. But yet we are people that turn around and tell you it don't matter. And it matters a lot. So I don't
But I didn't necessarily look at it from that point. It was just, and you know, and I understand your view. You know, I'm not trying to disrespect your view, but I just look at the things they found in the ground that we can't do yet. You know what I mean? That, you know.
And when you listen to them, you have to like, okay, what's your background? Who you talking to? Like you just said, things are found in the ground. They want to explain it to you their way, but who you talking to? They're talking to certain people all over in Africa, but they explaining and stuff from Africa. Come on, man, get out of here, man. Aliens built the pyramids. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Who said that aliens built the pyramids? Who said that?
I know ancient alien stuff. When you listen to the Caucasians talk about it, you know, it's always aliens when it's us. When it's our greatness, when it's our greatness on display.
I'm so glad somebody said that.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's their TV. That's their stuff. So you know, they're gonna say what they want you to believe.
Yeah.
That's why I don't pay
I have
no
a question. Have y'all ever thought that, you know, if you notice that, you know, I'm not racist or anything like that because I have mixed nephews and all that. Have you ever think about if you notice that our culture, Black people, we have super strength? Have you noticed that most Black people have super strength?
Absolutely.
But you don't hear about no Caucasian person that has the super strength or a Spanish person. It's always Black people that always have super strength. That's why we can endure so much pain or whatever we go through in life, and we still come out of it. Or some of us can make it out of it. Some of us can, but we have the super strength muscles that we can actually build stuff. And they've been using our ancestors for slaves for many years because we can create so much with our hands that God gave us the power to do. We are builders and we are creators.
When you talk about
and
super strength,
that when I talk about super strength, we're strong.
Yeah,
like you can lift, you can lift more than certain amount of pounds. Like you had some Black people, most Black people that can bend armed. Like they came out with X-Men and they have all these superpowers and they judge you. You see how they treated them? They was being racist against mutants. And basically X-Men really is based, if you just look at all of the stuff that they played on television and everything and stuff about that. So it's like the mutants was like the Black people, they had the super strength. They was the only ones that they judged. And it's been like that for years. And then on top of that, they brought out, and also I wanted to mention, like, you remember the movie where it was a white guy that played in the movie. He had these special sunglasses. It's a whole movie. Every time the guy gave him the special sunglasses, he said, put them on. You're going to get everything. The world is a program. And that's what's going on. You know, during the pandemic, I shut off my TV for 3 years straight. And then I started listening to my instance, and I can hear God completely. I can hear everything what's going on, directions and everything. And by me doing that, I have elevated so much. When I say I elevated so much spiritually, I know my path and everything. Like I know my purpose in life. And when you cut off all of them things, what they say do, I'm telling you, you'll know your purpose in life. You'll have the directions right in front of you. And then you'll be like, oh my goodness, the whole entire time been easy. But they made it seem like it was hard, but it been easy the whole entire time.
Like you said, we got super strength. It's more,
Yeah.
it's more mental than physical.
Yes.
And now
you create everything with your mind.
When we, like you said, when we shut off and we were locked in, whatever, during this pandemic thing, and you said God, that was you. That was the inner you. That was your super you. You were finally able to stop from all the monotony and listen to you. That's where they messed up with COVID. They let us listen to us. The inner you, there's nothing outside of you. It's you. You raise yourself to those higher heights. Because now you don't have to deal with going to work, getting up in the morning, 2 or 3 jobs. You don't have to deal with children.
I was still in the field. I was still in the field doing everything. I went out and I helped out other people that needed to be helped.
Because you wanted to.
Yeah.
But it was you.
But I wouldn't get my strength without God himself, because he's the creator. So I don't take all the praise. I still give him praise.
But I think that, and I know I may catch hell for this, but it's something I learned that I think y'all should look deeper at the world's population. You know what I mean? Because there are I have met personally some very gifted people from other races. So it's not like people of color have a lot on the inner spirit that can do things. You see what I mean? And
let me ask you this though.
Just to let me finish, because I didn't interrupt y'all.
No,
so
go ahead.
Just to say it's black people, blah blah. That can be a downfall, because you're never supposed to underestimate anybody. And there are some very, very talented people from other races. You know what I mean? Like when people, you look at the people that go to Peru, you know what I mean? And that's another species. And those people be reading and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And I've been in some environments where there's been some badass Caucasians reading. You see what I'm saying? And so it's not good to just, it would be nice to say, oh, because we were slaves, we got a lock on God, but we don't. You know what I mean? Even though it ain't really God. The word God's only 400 damn years old. So, who was it? God means Zeus. Really, it does. It means Zeus.
Right,
so,
it does. Yeah.
So when you call it God, you call it Zeus. So you giving credit to somebody that don't deserve the credit. Because Zeus oppressed people. You see what I mean? But when you look at just, are there some people that have pure talent? And then they are in all races. And then there's some evil motherfuckers in all races. And I'm not trying to say that I'm the uniter, but I had to see the reality of that, that there are good people and bad people on both sides. There is a thing called white supremacy that even a lot of whites don't participate in, but it's there. I used to have a neighbor, she had a PhD and she was white. Her husband had a master. He still made more money than her because he was a white male, right? I ain't got nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? You see what I mean? Because I have to get off into what's coming in the future, and that system is still there, but it's a point that if we elevate spiritually, with other people that elevate spiritually, then we can get rid of that system. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
You're absolutely right in what you're saying. Here's the thing, though. The ones that you're describing, you have to find them. The ones that I'm talking about are mainstream. You got 2 different sets of them. I got to find the ones that you're talking about, and I'm not out here trying to do that.
Me neither. I'm not saying I'm trying to do it. I'm just saying that if we make statements, I would prefer to make a statement that is it more reflects how the earth is, because there are some badass people here, period. You know what I mean? Like that. And opposed to just painting people with a bar brush. You know, you follow what I'm saying? And so, and you know, it's funny because I was at the bowling alley some weeks, couple years ago, right? And I was talking to a white dude. He was from Boston, you know, and we mentioned the crack, and he mentioned the drug that they gave white people. And he was talking about how that drug messed up white people. So we got these things that's going on where we can only see our side of the fence, but they killing people on both sides of this. You know what I mean? What was it? You know, it's a type of drug that if you cook it in your house, you can never go back in that house. I forget what it is. And then they brought in fentanyl, right? And they you see what I mean? So we got to back and see the whole picture. We just seeing our side of the fence. But man, they killing them. You know, if you go to Philly, it's a library in Philly where the white kids are going to commit suicide on their energy at this library where they got the bail. And they taking drugs as the same manufacturer that manufactured the drug for crack. See, you see what I mean? Like that. And so I would hope that everybody ends up having a being that can come out that's human, that can lead them to a peaceful solution on this planet. You know what I mean? And let everybody live so that I don't have to judge people. I can just be with people that's like-minded with me. You know what I mean? Those people could be over there chilling and be like-minded. You follow what I mean? Like that. Because I mean, when you look at, let's say Africa, it's only like 26% of Africa are inoculated, but they damn near inoculated all of Europe. So who was they trying to kill this time? That's what I'm saying.
My opinion on that is that the drugs that's in the other racist community is by choice. The drugs that was in our community was by force. That was forced upon us. Everyone else choosing to get high, that's a choice. They choose to get high.
Meth is a payback for what they did to our communities with that crack. They brought that in.
That's right.
Now our ancestors are paying their asses back. I ain't got no pity on them.
That's right. That's right.
And that's cool what y'all think, but when you look at the reality, they brought them both into both communities at the same time.
No, they didn't.
They did.
Can I tell a story?
Can I say something? Let me say something. Brother Yusiku, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I want to say something. You know, I didn't really know about the meth situation until probably the late 90s. I remember in New York, crack was all over the place. I was seeing crackheads in the hallway in Brooklyn, up and down the stairs. Now, we do know that they put drugs in the Black community. I don't, based off of my knowledge, I don't think that crack there was at the same time. I think it came in the 90s when the ancestors decided to rise up and say, you want to do this to these people, we're going to do this to you. Because everybody here believe in karma?
Not me.
Karma is real.
But I don't believe it, but it's cool. We don't have to see, that's what I'm saying. You got to look faster because they started bringing, like what he was saying, they started bringing the meth with the big dig. You know what I mean? Like that. And when they started redoing Boston, that was in the 80s with the big dig, they started bringing the meth in. So it's been an attack on gifted people in all races. You see what I mean? And so we like to say, no, they put it in here. No, they had to manufacture that shit for the white community too. You understand what I'm saying? And so, and now the difference, I think, is how it's portrayed. You know what I mean? Because the media, they don't air their dirty line that much. You see what I mean? But how it's portrayed.
You know what? Down here in the South, I see their dirty laundry because I ain't never seen so many meth heads in my life until I came to the South. And at the end of the day, I see them all over. But another thing too, they act like their situation is, so bad compared to when we had, Black people on drugs. Theirs is 10 times worse. They got big signs up, get help for people on meth. They got all of it. They have none of that in the Black community. They don't care about our people like that. And it's not about a race thing. It's what's reality. Reality is in front of your face. We all know that we have some, I didn't get to speak on it because my phone called it for spiritual people from other races, right? right? But reality is black people get the shitty end of the stick all over the world. Brother Yusuko, I did a show years ago with some brothers and sisters in England. And guess what? They were dealing with the same type of racism we were dealing with here in America. I did it when they was in Spain. They was dealing with the same racism. So the truth of the matter is, you know, as much as we want to recognize other races and knowing that black people are not really racist, we still have to deal with the reality of that black people are the most, first of all, highly spiritual. You had a study that was done, y'all can look it up, that said 65% of other races, whether they were black, white, orange, pink, yellow, looked at black people as being very mysterious and very mystical and very powerful and spiritual. These are 65% of other races thought that about black people.
No,
Now,
I just took my money.
Okay, we got an iPhone. iPhone mute, please. There we go.
Okay. So what we got to realize is that, you know, although we know, and Brother Yusuko, knowing you're very spiritual, we embrace everybody, right? We're not going to say that I'm not going to say that there's white people who can't read, because that's not true. I know some white people can read their behinds off. But the point is, we do know as black people, we are the most mysterious, mythical, powerful, spiritual people. And this is a study that was done just recently, about 2 years ago. Now, as far as the drugs and all of that stuff go, I feel like there's a bigger power, the ones who want power, and they don't care who they target. I feel like it's their own too. They do target their own too. You got middle class white people that work and they tired. You know, sometimes we don't recognize that. We think it's all black, but I know from being in the community, you got low income white people. I got a lot of white people that come to me for spiritual. I had white women coming for me. They had black names. I'm like, damn, and this is me learning this in the South. Lakeisha, she was a white woman coming to me for spiritual work, right?
Right.
So it's like, wait a minute, I'm coming from up top, you know what I mean? And realizing that in the South, I'm noticing there's a lot of white people that's into this stuff too. And they got black names and they come from the trailer parks and you know what I mean? And they begging me for money. You see? So I think in a whole, it's about the 1% who got the money and the power. They don't care. And the ones that think they care about that, or the white people, they don't care about their asses either. That's what I think.
All right, let's get on with the readings. You know, I appreciate it. Actually, we started this, Sister Nicky, just to see if we get some people to make some predictions about
Excuse me, I have to
what they see
go.
in the future.
I said, excuse me, I have to go. I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be on here with you all. I really enjoyed everything. And thank you, Tammy. I appreciate it. Hope I can be able to make it to the next one.
Yeah, please come back.
All right, y'all have a good one. Good night.
We enjoyed your input.
Good night.
All right.
All right, the readers, do y'all want to introduce yourself? It's 9:45, like that, and then we can get on with the readings. You know, who wants to go first?
All right, y'all. I'm Wunan, aka Nicky Love. I like to say you're African Indigenous traditional healer. And I'm here in Atlanta currently.
Greetings, I'm STARCHILD. I'm here and be more. I'm a healer, empathic, spiritual advisor. You know, I'll put my information on the chat line if you want to reach me. Don't forget to put yours, Nikki.
Okay. I'm on my phone tonight, y'all.
Dana.
I'm Dana. I'm in South Carolina currently. I'm a healer as well, spiritualist, root worker, and etc.
Cool, thank you. And who's first? Sister Barbara, I know you go to bed early. You're going? Because I'm not going first this time.
Yeah, I do go to bed early. Thank you. You didn't tell everybody, but I do go to bed early. There's not a certain question I want to ask. Yes, it is. I just wanted to know my finances. What is taking it so long to pop for me to receive? Because it seems like I go 2 steps forward and then I take 3 steps back. I'm just not keeping on going the direction I would like to go and to receive.
Sister Barbara,
Mm-hmm.
I'm picking up a lot of power from you. And I'm talking about the type of power where you can bless and curse yourself with your words.
Ooh.
And Spirit is telling me that you got to stop cursing yourself. Okay? Spirit is also telling me to tell you that right now it's just not you, it's everybody. That we're going through an economic change and a transformation, right?
Right.
But most of all, Spirit is telling me to be very careful what you say because you can take away the very thing that belongs to you. So 2 steps forward, 2 steps back is really not your fault. It's a universal thing that's going on with everybody. But be careful not to put the negative words out there because your ancestors are saying you have to pretty much know who you are, what you represent, and what power you have. And you're the type of person that has the power to say it and it happens. So be very careful with your words. Everything's going to be okay. Everybody's going through this, and I'm going to say what I see for you is probably by May, between May and June, you're going to see an influx in your finances, okay?
Okay.
But be careful what you say. Be careful what you say.
Okay.
You have a very
That's the
powerful
thing.
Inyama. Mm-hmm.
I can feel the power, and then I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm afraid that it'll be too much power, and I just don't want to do that. I'm trying to hold it back.
Well, I mean, when it talks about your finances and you becoming stable or financially stable, you can never have too much power for that. You see? So you have to be mindful. You're asking for something that is going to benefit you, whether you're doing your own business or whatever you're doing, that you need those finances to come in for. Okay? So that's not going to be too much power. Let me tell you something. I'm not a lover of money, but I do want to be financially stable. I do want to get some land and do some things, right?
Right,
So
correct.
At the end of the day, when I'm going to the answers and I'm talking to the spirits, I'm saying, look here, I need this, I need that, I need this, and I'm asking that you bring it to me. Now, I don't care if you don't give me $3 million, but I could use $1 million. You got me?
Got you.
You want to make sure that you let them know. Because it's not like you're being greedy for money. We do need money to sustain life physically. Okay?
That's right. Yes.
So with saying that, just keep focusing on moving forward, because sometimes we focus on, the money, and instead of keep creating. Like I was told myself by Spirit, we must keep creating. Do not stop creating. The money's going to come. Right now, we're going through economic transformation, but the money's going to come, but keep creating. Don't worry about it, because you're about to get blessed. Same thing I see for you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And Sister Nicky,
yeah.
Can you turn your camera? Because you're actually sideways.
Oh, it is? It's showing like I'm upways this way.
Yeah, turn it. Yeah, there you go.
Do it again.
Yeah, you gotta keep on going. Say something so we can see you, because it's still side. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah.
Okay. When it's cut out, it'll change back.
Hold on, let me fix this.
All right, take this out. Hold on, y'all. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Okay, I'm here.
Word. Does anybody else want to contribute to Barbara?
I mean, I pretty much agree with Nicky.
Likewise. That's what I heard.
Definitely, yeah. It's like that. She didn't
stop being afraid of yourself.
Yeah.
Take your power back and walk in it, and know that you know that everything is supposed to be what it is divinely.
Absolutely.
That's all I heard.
Okay.
And it's what you, before you even say it, when that thought come,
Right.
you know, you got to erase it in the thought. You know, like when it come, no, not today. You know?
That sounds like me. Yeah.
Aggressively. Not today. No. You know, knock it out and try to replace it with that positive, because it's almost too like when you put that positive thought out there and then you got that negative one, it's like they just going head to head. Nothing is going anywhere. You know, it's like they just hitting on each other. You know, it's like, just like I said before, remember what it is that you want. Think of what it is, because the universe want to help you. The universe wants to help you. It's like it wants to line things up for you. So whatever that is that you're thinking, it wants to help you. Whether it's negative, it wants to help you. Whether it's positive, it wants to help.
Yeah, there is power in words. And yes, you do have to be careful on what you say and actually what you think.
Yep.
That's very true.
Yes.
I have to go, my brother. But,
Thank you.
I appreciate the conversation, and appreciate the conversation from the beautiful people. I don't argue with anyone. Everything's on the table for me. No one's wrong. And I appreciate all you guys for the conversation.
Hey, Mike, right quick, what's your store hours? Because I came down there.
I'll get you Elder Chris's number. He does a store. I'm on the road. I'm on the road now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'll get you his number. And,
that'll work.
Y'all can talk about that.
All right. I appreciate it. Thanks for showing. Thanks for your support, though. Appreciate you.
All right, my brother.
All right.
Peace.
Sorry about that, y'all. Dana, in continuation. Go ahead, Tammy. Start y'all.
That was pretty much it. You know, Barb know what she got to do. You
didn't have to go there, Tammy. That's all right.
You know, because I'm speaking that for you, because you
yes,
do.
Yes, I do know. I do.
I know who you are. I've seen so much coming, and you know, you're in that second year right now.
Yes.
So everything is going to be flowing to you anyway this time. You know what I'm saying? It should have been flowing already this year.
It should have.
Yes.
Many years ago, 15 years ago.
Yeah, but you know, that was then. That was then. This is now. We're gonna stay focused on now. Just picture, you know, like see it. You have to see it. You know, and I'm telling people, listen to, even on the podcast, my next podcast is going to be about a blackboard. A lot of people don't know how to quiet their mind. So I say, picture a blackboard. Picture a blackboard in your mind, man. Picture a blackboard. Just keep zooming in it until you see this one little small piece of light in the middle. Focus on that light. See how big you can make that light. Make it so big as though it covers the chalkboard. And then start visualizing what you want in color and detail. Like, what color is the room? What color is the rug on the bathroom floor? What color is that picture? See it exactly how you want it.
So I have a question for you. Yep, the three of y'all about Barbara.
Oh boy.
I love you, Barbara. You know I love you.
Yeah,
like
I know. Yeah, we do so much together. You guys wouldn't understand.
Well, I'm getting you back. You told me last program to shut up, so I get to get you back.
I'm giving you props because you know we do a lot together and we experience things together.
This is true. And this is a serious one. I'm being really serious about what I asked them. You know, and this one I'm asking, was it some point that she received some trauma that affected her spiritually, why she just won't release and go there?
Yes, it's a failure. That's where the fear came from. Something she thought was coming didn't come when she thought it was.
Because I wasn't being patient enough, right?
Right. And because of that, it's like you pigeonholed yourself. So now every time it's right there, you go into self-doubt. And now you're manifesting self-doubt. Now you're creating nothing. And then it's as if it's pushing it back 2 or 3 days every time you go into that thought process. And it's almost as if your ancestors come and smack you in the back of your neck and tell you to stop, but you just, something in you, you could say out loud with a smile and conviction that you know it's coming, but in your mind is the mustard seed of doubt. And that's from that failure. And you felt it was failure, but it wasn't. It was only making you patient, creating you to be a good steward. So you just got to pick that confidence back up.
Right. Okay.
Is there a pinpointed, like, what was it so she'll know what to work on? Or does she just has to be so vague? Not attacking y'all, but so she could, like, okay, it was that thing and now let's work on that thing.
She took her focus off of her ancestors. She took her focus off of one spirit or multiple spirits that tap into that success that she's supposed to have.
But
so
okay,
now
listen, it was so many spirits coming at me at one time that I couldn't differentiate.
That's why I'm saying it's a multitude, right? But that's why you have to be specific. So now you call on the ancestors that were wealthy or were good stewards of their wealth or good business people. You call on specific entities to come around you and help to guide you and lead you in those directions. So it's not just one, it's a few. But
it's a few, but there was some bad ones in there too that I had to tell to go the hell on, Right. But be specific, you know what I'm saying? Because what was bad 15 years ago, you might have more understanding. It ain't bad now. Right. Very correct. Yes.
So you just have to be more specific.
Okay. You see, cool?
Yes. You see?
Is there any more questions that I need to ask?
No, that's it.
Okay.
I do want to add. Let me just say this.
Okay.
Especially in tradition, we don't. Ancestors are perfect beings. One thing Dana said is important is calling on a specific ancestor that may have been wealthy in your family. Okay. But the ancestors are never imperfect from my African traditions. Okay, they're always going to be perfect. As a matter of fact, that's why it's very important that we pay homage to our ancestors. Every other race does it: Indians, Chinese. You know what I mean? Because they're the ones who are going to guide us in this physical world. And in this physical world, we don't know. We're here for a physical experience. Okay.
Right.
So the most important thing is calling on your ancestors and asking them, like she said, give you guidance. But what I do see, I don't see that it was any bad ancestors. I'm seeing it was disagreeable spirits.
Okay? Oh, okay.
So I'm seeing that there were some demons that crept up into your mind, into your circumference, right?
Right.
And kind of sidetracked you and took you off of where you needed to be. Okay?
Yes.
And I feel like the fear was coming from within. And like you said earlier, you didn't want to put it out there because you were going to put too much power out there, right?
Right.
So now let's come back to that. You have a fear of your own power.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
So that's what you have to work on, is getting rid of that fear. Fear nothing at all. Nothing at all. I don't care what it is, you don't fear nothing. As they always say, fear keeps you vibrating on the lower vibrations. So it's very important to you need to work on that fear of your own self. Don't be afraid of who you are. You are who you are. That power is actually there for a reason. And it's just not to get money. It's so much more that you have to give.
Yes, a lot. Yes.
Yeah.
May I ask a question, Miss Barbara?
Go ahead.
When you were younger, did you have a situation where you said something aloud or you said something and put power behind it and the outcome, it was against somebody else, but the outcome was negative.
I'm not sure. I think I did, but when that happened, I don't know. But I know that I used to, whatever I wanted when I was young, I would get. It might have not been exactly what I wanted, but I would receive it. But I don't know if I said something to someone and something negative happened. I think I did, but I'm kind of blocking it right now.
I heard
I
6,
think
7.
that's where your fear and trauma. When he asked about trauma, I think that's where it comes from.
Because that was a powerful little something.
Right. So I think that's where the trauma is, and the fact
just
that
imagine now it's magnified.
Right. You can't block it. You gotta confront it.
Go back.
And so you can stop going, because every time you're blocking yourself, that's where that fear is coming from.
Okay. I'm trying, while you're talking, I was trying to think, what did I say or what did I do to help that caused something to happen?
I see it's present day.
Wow.
Like I said, you have a very powerful Inyama, but I see that it's present day. Like you have to be very careful because your Inyama, which is your energy, is so powerful that if you say just say if you have a child, and you say, child, you better not go out there because you're gonna break your leg. It's gonna
happen. It'll happen. Yes.
That might have affected somebody in this present day.
Right. That's what I see.
I'm with you. That's what I see.
Yeah, I think it did.
I see you curse somebody. Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right. That's where that fear is.
And it was somebody you love, so it hurt.
Right.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm seeing a male.
But I'm seeing it. I guess I'm seeing it as you being younger because it's immature.
Yeah, and that frightened me and hurt me deeply.
Because you didn't really mean it.
No, but it. Even though you don't realize it, it's like the last Hawk. He got beat up so bad he couldn't come out no more. You see what I mean? That's kind of what it has done to you. That even though you want to come out, it's just not coming because you got to deal with that one trauma that made you kind of say, "I'll never use it anymore." You know,
Right.
It's definitely.
And I wonder if that individual you was with, was you with them for like 6 or 7 years?
I can't remember. I think I blocked that totally out. I kind of feel it, but I'm not seeing it. I think I blocked that totally out. Whoa. What? When you say younger, are you talking about in my 30s?
Yes, I'm talking about younger than what you are now. I'm talking about
Yeah. I know what happened.
And it was immature, and you didn't mean it, but it happened, and you felt like at the moment they deserved it, but in hindsight, y'all both was wrong.
Well, 2 people died behind it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a child and a mother, and I was like, "Oh snap!"
Right.
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't block that out, but it did for 6 years. I couldn't do
6 years. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
6 or 7.
Yeah, 6 years. Yeah, I couldn't do anything. It traumatized me so bad.
What did you say to her? What did you say to her, Barbara?
Have you forgiven yourself yet?
Say that again.
Have you forgave yourself yet?
Yeah. Yes. I thought I forgave myself then. A few. After the funeral and everything, and I thought I forgave myself then, but no, it stayed with me for 6 years, and I thought about them day and night, and I was
What did you say? What did you say, Barbara?
Thought about them day and night.
No, what I'm saying is, did you say something to make them get into an accident or something like that?
I wanted to. Okay, somebody was going through an issue with her husband. So she was staying with me in the apartment, and her cousin came over and she brought her daughter, her 3-year-old daughter. And I was like, what are you guys doing here? You ain't supposed to be here. You know, I'm like, this is Friday. What the hell are y'all doing here? I didn't invite you here. And then they said, well, my cousin told me we'd come over and we was just, and I was like, yeah, okay. Well, I never met her daughter before, but we had before that, I was going through some things with this guy, and I was having premonitions and dreams and stuff. And the last dream I had was so horrible that someone died in it. And it was a child, and she had on a pink dress, and I was sitting on the grave, and I fell through. So the following day when I met this child and everything, you know, that just didn't get, you know, didn't register anything about something bad would happen. It was a full moon. We were coming back from seeing a friend that was going through cancer. And then we got hit from behind by a drunk driver, and it killed the mother and daughter, and they were in the back seat. I was supposed to be in the back seat, but I told her, no, you go in the back seat. I told the little girl, you sit in the back seat. I'm going to sit in the front seat. Because I had on this skirt, and it was like, the car was small. I was like, man, I don't feel like crawling back with this skirt. I was kind of tight. You know, I don't want to go through all this. And that incident happened. We got hit in the back by a drunk driver. Okay. And you know, before we even went over there, the little girl said, can I hug you? Wow. And I was like, sure. And we hugged. That was the first time I ever met the child. Never met her before. So I don't know if she knew something was going to happen and that's why she wanted a hug. I don't know.
She probably did, because she was
He
3 years
did.
old.
She just tried to burn me. I was smoking a cigar, and as soon as you started talking about it, and this has not happened all night long, the top of the cigar came off and tried to burn me in my bed.
Whoa.
So yeah, the baby knew about it.
And that's why she wanted to hug me, because she knows that I'm just gonna say it. I see dead people, okay? I deal with that spirit quite a bit.
Yeah, we do too.
But she knew, I felt that she knew, and she wanted to hug me. And yes, I did have to deal with that for 6 years because that crushed me. Because I didn't want them over there. They weren't supposed to be there. I said, why did, you know? And I kind of put that on myself. And then I'm like, well, if a cousin wasn't here, then they wouldn't be dead. Now, you know, I'm just going through the whole emotion. But the girl and her daughter's family thought I didn't give a shit. But I did. I was like, you guys just don't know. It might have not been my, you know, my blood, but it was my spiritual family that was killed that night.
So Barbara, do you know the girl's name?
Oh yeah.
You should start working with her. She didn't just hug you and then cross over.
You need to hug her.
Yeah, you need to hug her and work with her. She can be on your shoulders, one of your guardians.
She deal in fire because she just showed me.
Yeah.
The little girl.
The little girl. She's one of your guardians. She's one of your guardians. Yeah. Start working with her.
Oh my goodness, I forgot her name. I know her mom.
Light a candle, come back.
Yeah, it'll come back.
Even if you have to go out and find her gravesite and put something on her and then tell her to come home with you, you know, like that. But yeah, she's there to be that for you.
Okay, thank you, y'all. Just let me get that off.
You mention my name, Luna?
No, Monica. That was her name, Monica.
Okay.
Her mother name was Lisa, so you got to kind of
Okay.
Luna, Lisa, yeah.
Okay.
But her name was Monica. If you kind of put that together, you know, Luna, Monica. Yeah, that it's been, that was some hard times. Really, really. Okay. And she'll probably come to me tonight.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
probably tell me about time.
and don't have no guilt. Y'all start moving forward together for what y'all were supposed to do. Why she came, you know. So
Yeah,
don't
we
spend a
were
lot of
supposed
time
to
with,
do
oh, I'm
something.
sorry, and blah, blah, blah. No, move forward with her. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay.
And it's beyond money that she's here. So it's all, you know, make sure you keep it about her developing you. You know what I mean? And see, like I told you, you didn't have to go to Peru. Just come
I'm
to your
still
big
going,
brother.
baby. I'm still going. I'm still going, baby. I'm still going. And there's a lot of water around me, and it's flowing. I've been seeing that quite a bit lately. Water flowing from me, but now it's flowing towards me.
Good.
Right, you gotta go give an offering to the sea.
Yeah.
Make sure you give an offering to that sea when you go. Yeah.
There's quite a bit of water. I'm like, okay, I understand.
See a few goddesses calling you to the sea. They're calling you to the sea. You need to when you go, make sure you give some offerings to the sea.
But see, and I usually give offerings to the mountain, Pooh. That's what they call the mountain there, Pooh. And we did a offering to him. So yes, I will do it to the sea also. We went to Lake Titicaca. Whoa. And you guys were talking about spaceships and aliens and whatnot. When you go, if you ever get the opportunity to go to Peru, go to Lake Titicaca, you will experience your aliens and your spaceships and whatever other. There are different beings there that I was told by, I don't know what, a being that is much older than what you think it is. Much older. And there's a lot of sacred geometry that everything is intact except for two pieces on two different geometry. I don't know what you call it, but it was more oval shape instead of round, you know. But anyway, it was two pieces missing out. Two of them. Call what now?
Sigils.
Sigils.
All right.
Okay.
I hate to be the sergeant at arms.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Is there someone else that would like to read? Thank you, Barbara. I'll call you.
Okay.
Is there someone else that?
Oh, yeah, bedtime. Bye.
That would like a reading? Well, this is a quiet crowd.
I have a question.
Sure.
Okay, so why do I feel like I'm in a standstill right now?
Because you're supposed to stand still.
You are.
You're supposed to, right now, we all understand it's a shift. We talked about this. You talked about this. It's like being surrounded by chaos. And if you turn forward or backwards or right or left, you get caught in chaos. You need to stand still and listen more. It's time for you to just silence your mind, silence yourself, and separate yourself from people, places, and things, so you can just be quiet. And the faster you can fast like that, the less or least you'll feel like you in a standstill.
That's true. I am around a lot of chaos.
Quietness. And I didn't really want to do her because I invited her and I know her. So, maybe if someone else can pick up some things that's going on in her immediate family.
It's a path. The path you chose. You can't go down that path, and it's something, a person or a sign you pass And you need to go back and look at that and choose a different path. So you have stopped, your subconscious has stopped you, because that ain't the path you're supposed to go down. You know, there's a path that's going to bring you greater happiness. And it seems like you walk by the person that was at that intersection. And, you know, if I get more, I'll give you more. But
I'm gonna take a little further. Not that you
Go
walk
ahead.
by them, you look down on them.
Let me ask you a question. I keep picking up a woman around you and a man around you. Somebody in that group that's around you is pulling on your energy. Who is it? They're pulling on your energy too much.
Lay down.
I would say my son.
Yep, I was about to say it. I was going to say it, but I was trying to let everybody else pick it up. But
Okay,
you know,
how old is your son?
24.
24. He's a little, is that the only child you got, or you got more?
One more. My daughter,
One
she's
more.
14.
Okay. Now your son, I'm picking up his energy. He's a good kid, but he seems like he's a little bit selfish.
He
He's
is.
a little bit selfish, and he's not being appreciative of the things that you do for him. Okay. And Spirit is telling me that you kind of really kind of like give him a little bit more tough love, because as a mother, of course, you're gonna love your son, you understand, but you gotta let him go through his life experience. What is he doing that's really bothering you right now? Something that he's doing that I'm feeling like is really making you angry.
Disrespectful.
Disrespectful with his mouth?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You know what you need to do with his behind? You need to tell him he gotta respect you in your house. Is he living with you?
He's living with me, and he's spoiled.
Okay. He's spoiled, right. But he gotta respect you though. And see, he don't know that you got the power to curse him. You're his mother. He came from you. You didn't come from me. So he needs to be more respectful towards you. And you have to shut that down, because I just see he's out of order. He's totally wrong. It seems like you do a lot. You love your babies. You do a lot for them babies, and he doesn't appreciate that. And he needs to start appreciating that. And let me ask you a question. You got a set of friends he hangs around out with. One of them is not real good. I don't like one of his friends. I don't know if he got locks in his hair or he used to have locks, but one of his friends that he have is not good for him to be around.
I'm not for sure, but I can find out.
Do you know any of his friends?
His close friends, but they arrested right now. They locked up.
Okay, so maybe that's what I'm picking up, because one of them I seen that's in trouble that would get him put in jail if he keeps hanging with him.
The one they don't have locks, but if you say somebody with locks, I'm gonna have to find out who that is. They have like regular cuts.
Like I said, one of them either he had locks or he used to have locks.
Okay.
So he might have cut his hair. Ask him about one of his friends that used to have locks.
Okay.
He's not a good spirit. But your son, he needs to do something. Is he working?
He was.
And he's not. What kind of work did he do?
He did. He did different jobs through the city. He works through the city.
Okay. He needs to find another job. He needs to find another job, because I feel like this is what's causing stagnant energy around you and in your house, right? And you can take part responsibility, but you know, all of us, we love our children, you know what I mean? And you try to give them what you maybe didn't have, but what they do is they take advantage of that, and it's time for him to stop. It's time for him to stop and respect you. All the talking back because he think he's a man, you let him know men don't disrespect their mothers. Because I just see his a very attitude, you know,
It's
with
very
him, like,
disrespectful.
you know, like who he thinks he is. Yeah, well.
But it's really not him. It's really you. You know what I mean?
No, it's him too.
It's her. You got to stand up and respect yourself. See, because once you accept abuse one time, you'll always accept it. So you the one that got to look in the mirror and just, you know, and say that this is what I believe how mama should be treated and spoke to, and then you got to require it, right? Because you may have never trained him that way. Once you say he's spoiled, then you may not. What if you train him where he's, as a child, he could say anything to you, and now he's still saying anything because he don't know any better. So really it's up to you. You got to stand, and if you don't stand, then he doesn't have to change.
Yeah, that's true. And I think it did backfire on me because not just him, my daughter, the same way, always, since I had them always speak your mind, regardless of whom anyone is. And I always taught them that. And I think it backfired on me as far as with him.
I don't know about that because I taught my kids the same thing, and I would allow them to speak their mind, and I would allow them to have a voice. But to this day, my kids is in their 30s. I got 4 grandchildren, and then one of my children disrespect me. They give me the utmost respect. I mean, even to the point where they don't even curse in front of me. And at the end of the day, I would tell them all the time, I would always give them a voice that would speak their mind. So I don't think it's always the mother's fault. You have one set of kids, you can do the best you can as a mother sometimes, and they just want to be unruly because they pick up a lot of habits from outside of the home, being socialized, right? A lot of these young kids now have very good mothers that did the very best they could, and they still disrespect their elders out here. They still out here disrespect. They don't give a goddamn about you or the eldest 80-year-old woman. So I feel like I don't think that's fair to say because you allow the child to speak his mind, but that child should know right from wrong. He's 24 years old. There's no excuse. Your behind knows that your mother did this and that, and even she spoiled you, you still need to have respect for her. Because most boys, one thing I do know, and this is from my experience of doing many, many readings, most boys and men don't talk about their mama. If you talk about their mama, they're going to whoop your ass. So most men and boys out here in the streets like that are very big about their mothers. He knows right from wrong. I say part of it's your fault because it's the first time he got disrespectful with you, you should have had to still back in that corner, getting it and knocking his goddamn knees in.
Yeah.
You understand? I had to do that to my nephew. He did it to his mother. He put his hands on his mother, and he came to live with me and thought he was going to try that with me. And he was a big boy. I mean, solid, big. All right, little Negro. I got the bat and I beat the shit out of his knees. I bet you to this day, at 40 years old, he gives me the utmost respect. Because one time he had. So with your son, you still need to let him know, I'm your mother. And you're not going to keep talking to me anyway. And I don't give a goddamn how tall you think you are, because mine's is 6'6", and how bad you think you are, you still could fall. And I would hit his ass so goddamn hard and dare him to hit me back. Because then I'll tell you how to curse his ass without even touching him. Because these kids are too goddamn disrespectful, and they're out of order in this day and time. And some of that energy, they pick up from out of the streets. It's not acceptable in the home. He can't do that to you. And don't let him do it no more to you. It's not right. These kids are too damn spoiled. I mean, you can spoil them, but still, he knows right from wrong. I bet you was asking you some goddamn money, he gonna come ask you, right?
All the time.
Exactly. And that's when you tell us behind, you need some money, but I thought you was a man. You like talking back to mama, don't you? I thought you was a man. So I'm gonna tell you what, go get your own money. Since you can't respect me. Make him respect you and start now. It's not too late. Start now. And if you don't like it, put his ass out.
Period.
Period. Because it's not righteous.
Tough love hurts sometimes, but it can be very sufficient.
Right. And I'm not, what is your name?
It's Cassie.
Cassie, you have a very beautiful soul, okay? You're a very good woman. And I see that you've been through some things. But I'm going to tell you, like, the stagnant energy in your house is coming from your son and your kids. It's not real bad, though. I see just a little bit cleansing you need to do in your house. And I don't know how you cleanse. I don't tell everybody how to do their thing. I just can suggest, okay? Or StarChild, since you introduced her, she might know you. Tell her how you do it. But cleanse your home. Maybe smoke out your house 3 or 4 times a week, however you choose to do it, whatever you choose to use, okay? Because I see that a lot of that stagnant energy is coming from internally, from the home, okay? And don't let your mind be overtaken by the things that they're doing. keep focusing on you. You have a 14-year-old daughter, right?
Right.
Keep focusing on you and making sure you know you nurture her and get her where she needs to go. The 24-year-old, he's 24 years old. He had enough of your nurture. He should know better. You got to make sure you focus on that baby girl. Now, as far as that goes, you got to get yourself, baby, do a spiritual bath, whatever you need to do to get your home right. Once you do that, getting your house smoked out or however you do it, and start telling you about how to do a spiritual bath, how would you get it, whatever you do a spiritual bath to get your mind and body right so you can get back, you know, where you need to be. That energy will start moving. I see the energy will start moving once you do that. Okay?
Okay.
And you can get with Tammy. Tammy might could take you through one of those release, you know what I mean? And then, or one of those imaginations where you untether your tail from around him and put it around you. Tammy, she's good at that stuff, so you can focus on. You got to release that energetically. You got to release from him too. And Nikki's 100% right. You know, you may have to, you know, at some point, you know, you may have to just let him know that, you know, you brought him in. You might have to do like Marvin Gaye, father.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
brought you in this world, I'll take you out.
yes, sir.
That's right.
Yeah, but you can't let him demean you.
That's right.
And in the end, he's going to be your star. When you do that, eventually he's going to, within the next 5 years, he's going to be a star and a beacon for you to help guide you, your family.
Motivation.
To prosper there, yeah. And then when you do it, he's going to be a star. He's going to come up out of it because he loves you. He definitely, I can see his love for you. So, you know.
Yeah, he do love you. And let him know he's supposed to be your protector, not your disrespecter. Tell him like that. At your age, now it's me and your sister, you're supposed to be protecting us, not being disrespectful. That's the same thing I used to tell my son. I say my son, nephew, because I raised my sister's kids, died in 2003. So I had her son from 18 months. Now he's 6'6", so that's my son. So I tell him all the time. But he's never disrespected me. I never had the problem out of him ever disrespecting me. He's 24, the same age as your son. And I used to teach him when he was 14, before I got married again, you are to protect me and your sisters in this house. You 6'2", you 6'3", now you're 6'6". Your job is to be the protector of us. You don't disrespect us. You don't put your hands on us. Neither no women either. So you tell him that you're supposed to be protecting me. You ain't supposed to disrespect your mother. Tell him just like that. That's your job, to protect me. You protect me from people disrespecting me. That's what you tell his behind.
Got it.
Make him think, give him something to marinate on. You know what I mean?
Right.
It hurt, but
And
you
he'll
gotta mean
change.
it. You gotta say it and mean it.
Yeah, but you're gonna be okay. I see that by the end of this month and beginning of April, middle of April, things are gonna be looking good for you. A lot of that energy is gonna move. StarChild just help her do the, get the cleansing, to clean out the house and clean up her body and get her mind. I see her mind needs to relax. She thinks a lot, so you gotta get that spiritual back into her body.
And if you need some comfort, interview some fathers that got teenage boys, and you'll find that a lot of fathers have jacked their boys up. You know, that's why I wanted a girl, because you don't have to punch your daughter, but a boy.
What you talking about? What you talking about? Yes, yes, I did have to do that. I don't know what you talking about. Shit. That oldest one, when she was 16, I sure did have to punch.
Oh, you did?
Oh, shit. Uh-huh.
Man,
shit, don't get it confused. For the most part, they never disrespected me. But girls are a little different. Girls think they know when they start coming into their queendom, and they think they're the queen, and they start talking back, I love him and I want to be with him, and doing stupid shit. And I had to kind of shut that shit down. And one time, I never had to beat none of my babies. I never had to beat her up until she was 16 and took my car and was sitting in the car with a 19-year-old boy. Oh, yeah, she got to beat down. And the police came. The neighbors called the police on me, y'all. And guess what I told the police? If you don't goddamn like it, take her ass home with you. Take her home. Take her home. Right? The black cop looked at me and said, no, you got to listen to your mother now. The white cop was like, well, you can't be hitting her. I said, well, you take her to your house then. They shut the hell up and left me alone.
I know
so
that's right.
You see, them girls, when they get a certain age, their hormones start acting up and they be doing shit they ain't got no business doing.
I got you. I need that advice.
Yeah, all right, you better know. You better know. Yours is
I'm
still
looking
young
at her
now.
now.
What
She
she
thinks she's slick.
14. She know. They think they be knowing. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, the
Okay.
minute they smell herself, yeah, that thing gone. Yeah.
Cause I,
See, right?
I believe to this day, if my brother had, we wouldn't found my nephew, and I believe my brother should have jacked him, and he didn't, and like that. I remember it vividly. My brother just told him, "You're gonna get drug tested," and my nephew stood up like on stand up on his daddy, and my brother should have hit him right there. I think he wouldn't be in Leavenworth now. You know what I mean? Because
exactly.
Certain kids they gonna try you. That's just it. I'll bring it like that. Male or female, some of them gonna try you.
When they try you, you get that guy, you keep that steel bat in the corner and knock their goddamn knees out of their sockets, and they won't try you no more.
They're gonna try.
Especially boys, because boys they think they know, and they get testy too. Yeah, they get testy too. I'm bigger than you. Yeah, okay, nigga. Okay, I got you. I got you. All right, you bigger, but I'm about to beat your ass with the steel bat.
I'm for real.
You know what I mean?
My mom used to call it Fool's Hill. Well, my boy, you going over Fool's Hill, and I'm gonna help you over that.
Exactly. I like that one.
Oh, my grandmother called it Fool's Paradise.
Yep.
Right.
And there you go. She go.
Take you out of here.
Yeah.
You take it a step further. Look, y'all, there's a ritual in the traditions, in my African traditions. And if your child disrespects you, you pat on your vagina. And when you pat on your vagina, you can say their name. And if you say their name and say what you want to happen, and this is a very, very powerful ritual, okay? And people don't even know. You pat on your vagina. If you say that child's name, whatever you want to happen, of course, no mother's going to wish bad on that child. But if you want him to silence his mouth up, you pat on your vagina and you say, my son will silence his mouth, right? And then what'll happen is he will start silencing his mouth. Now, that's a very powerful ritual. People that don't know about that. But women need to know about that, because when your kids get disrespected, there's another one that you do. If he gets too goddamn disrespectful, like I just had a client earlier, that real quick, y'all, make a long story short, her son was claiming to kill himself. He's 30 years old and he's mad about a girl and all this. So she calls me up on the phone, Nicky, can you help me? Could you do a protective ritual? And I said, look here, if he's gonna kill himself, he would have did it, he would have told you. So he didn't want to get on the phone. And he was disrespectful. She was scared the boy was gonna hurt her. She goes, well, I'm scared to tell him because he might hurt me. I said, really? I said, I'll tell you what, he come in that goddamn house. I said, and he tries to talk to you or put his hands on you. I said, you rip your shirt open and show him your goddamn titties. I said, when you show him your titties, he's going to be cursed. You curse him with your goddamn breast. And she was like, I never heard of that. she was like, really? I said, try it and see. I said, that's some of these things we do in Africa, you better know they work. Because a male child or a female child cannot disrespect the child that came out of her vagina, because you have the power to do that. And I'm gonna tell y'all don't pay attention. My oldest daughter, she used to always sometime, want to say this slick stuff, but she was saying that in her mouth, you know what I mean? And when she was a teenager, and every time she would bang her toe. One time she called herself getting smart, she fell into skating rink. I said, but didn't I tell you about disrespecting your mother, talking under your breath, saying little things? You see what I'm saying? That's when she was a teenager, huh?
My mom always heard me if I said anything. I don't know how she heard it.
Because we can hear. We got extra sense to hear in this mother, so we got eyes in the back of our head. Remember that?
That's right.
My son used to always say, man, there's no point in me lying to my mother. I don't even know how she know, but she always know. He still says that
exactly. To this day. How you know? Don't worry about how I know. I just know.
Come slap shit out of me too.
But for the most part, you're gonna be fine. I see that everything is gonna move for you. By I'm gonna say by the middle of April, you're gonna start feeling a lot better. You'll see.
Thank you.
That stagnant energy is gonna be moved.
Got this, goddess.
Okay. All right. You see, you got some more? I got some work to do. You got some more out there?
Yeah, I got a few more, and it's so quiet.
I was going to ask. I'm pretty fascinated. I'm just going to say I'm grateful. I'll ask the next time I come around. Brother Eddie invited me here. really feeling the energy. It feels good. So I'll be patient and come back because I have a question about something along these lines. Curses, how can they be broken, and not necessarily who they come from. So I'll wait.
But
Get
never
it
put
now.
off tomorrow for today, just in case. You know what I mean?
You can ask that question. What is the question?
ahead,
How do you
just
break
do it.
curses?
Yeah. So I feel that my mother, and she's now passed on now. I feel that I feel that she actually cursed me because of what my father did to her. And so I'm suffering from a lot of things today. You know what I mean? So how do you break that curse? That would be my question.
What's your mother's first name?
Janice.
Janice. So she had a problem with your father. Your father must have cheated, left her, huh?
Oh, he left all of us, and I was still in my mom's womb when he left us. And he actually, he almost killed my mother.
Mm.
He fractured her maxillary bone, and yeah, she was in the hospital for a while. So,
Wow. So what makes you feel that she cursed you? And
well, she never. So my mother never showed me affection. She never loved me. It was always abusive. Even when I was a child, I was a severe asthmatic.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a few times I woke up in the night when I couldn't breathe, but I would be able to crawl to her bed and, be able to reach up and try to get her attention. She would just smack the shit out of me or something crazy like that. But so anyways, that's what makes me feel that she didn't love me. And I feel like it was kind of a curse, maybe inadvertent or not.
Right. I feel like what I'm seeing with your mother, and the funniest thing is, who do you look more like, your father or your mother?
Just like my father.
Father, right? Okay. All right. And yes, that's the problem. So your mother hated your father, so then she took it out on you. And I see that a lot. In a lot of different readings that I do. She didn't necessarily curse you, but inadvertently, like you said, she did. And pretty much your mother's an ancestor now. Like I was telling young ladies earlier, in African tradition, ancestors become perfect once they leave the physical realm.
Right.
And you can go to your mother's gravesite, okay? And you can talk to your mother, or you can get some dirt from her gravesite and bring it home. And what you need to do is you need to call on her now. She's an ancestor. And you need to ask her to fix what she put out. Because as an ancestor, she can do this and she will do it. We do it all the time.
Okay.
Because she's a perfect being now. She's not the same being she was when she was physically here. When you're a physical being living in human experiences, you go through experiences. You have ways and things that you do that you just don't do in the ancestral realm. So with saying that, another thing you can do is you would have to probably do a series of different type of spiritual baths. We have a lot of different herbs and stuff we use in Africa. I don't know if you're anybody's client, so I don't want to overstep anybody, but one of the things we usually do is we do cleansings over people that have had generational curses. We do them in person, or we do them with dolls. And basically we remove that. But I don't see this as generational curse. I don't see that she cursed you like that. It was her energy.
It was trauma.
And the hate towards your dad that made her treat you like that. And because you look like your dad, it's sort of like she brought that bad energy to you because she was angry at him.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't right. But you still can change it. You still can get rid of it. Your life is what it is. You're still here. The blessing, you have to also look at the blessing within itself. You survived it all. So don't focus on the negative things, because you got to know she was imperfect. She ain't know. She had the devil working with her. Let's put it that way. The devil was working with her. And the devil made her see things that she didn't need to see. But your father also put the devil in her because he put his hands on her and broke her. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
So she was dealing with her own demons. And them demons caused her to have hate towards a child that was innocent, but she did not know better because she didn't have help. Right? She should have known. But let me tell y'all something. These disagreeable spirits and demons are very, very heavy. And at the end of the day, she was getting what I call walkthroughs, where demons was walking to her body. She was so angry, she was pulling them in her body. I'm only telling you what I see. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Just talk to your mother.
Okay.
Pour libations for, talk to your mother and ask her to fix however you're feeling, because I see that you still hold on to this very strongly.
Let it go. Yeah.
Yeah.
And not
Yeah.
only that, my brother, you're supposed to be reading. Why don't you read?
I'm sorry, say that again.
You're a seer. You can see.
So I got put in a peculiar situation here over the past, and just to rewind a little bit, me and my mother, before she passed away, we had conversations for years, and we forgave each other for all that stuff that we went through. And I only asked about the curse because I kind of felt, her presence was still here. And so if we fast forward to what I'm going through today, the two merge. And I don't want to keep you all here all night because there are a lot of details involved in that. But I came back to Arizona after my father passed away in 2018 because I have a 4-year-old daughter here now. And that's where a lot of, she reminds me of my mother. So,
Of course.
She probably is your mother.
She is.
I was going to say that earlier. Yeah, she reminds me of my mother. I
Yeah.
actually saw that in her. And so I'm trying to make it right so I can be spending some time with my daughter here, but I'm having other issues with job and mainly the Department of Economic Security, and, stuff like that. So I'm working with some agents with Department of Veterans Affairs to get my job and, to get a house and all that stuff, because I was temporarily homeless for a while. So I'm thinking it was a curse.
But
it's not a curse.
It's really not.
It's just healing. It's just healing, and your daughter bringing it full circle. It's called healing, and that's where your balance comes in at. But if you can't, like Sister Nicky said, talk to your mother, and she fix it, and y'all fix each other, then you're gonna have that same strain. Your daughter gonna feel the same type of way. That's when it becomes a curse.
Right. Okay.
And it's really kind of not like a court. It's just you're so damn powerful that from the moment you was in your mother's womb, they've been trying to destroy you.
Right.
Yeah.
And you got to recognize that. You got to learn how powerful you is. They're telling me for you to get 2 gold coins, and you need to keep some gold coins in the palm of your hand. I don't know why, and maybe your mom like gold stuff, but yeah, they're telling me some gold coin. If at some point have some form of gold that keep in the palm of both your hands. But we're a really powerful guy, and they're trying to make sure you don't resurrect. From the moment you was conceived in your mother's womb, there's been spirits, like Nicky said, going in and out of your mama and daddy's body to kill you.
Okay.
And you're alive for something to bring to this
You're supposed
planet.
to be doing spiritual work, you see.
Yes.
Okay. What's your name, my brother?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, I want you to go. You're in Arizona, right?
Yes.
I want you to find some earth. Just step on the earth.
Okay.
And I need you to bow down to the earth. I need you to thank the earth for allowing you to be here, for number 1. But number 2, you went through all of that. You had to go through that because you were supposed to be doing spiritual work too. You were very powerful, like Brother Yusiku said. But as long as you continue to ignore your gift, which is to see and to use your hands, because I see you have a quote unquote, for better words, healing hands, right?
Yes.
Spirit is showing me that you have to do the work because you're supposed to help other people. So all of these obstacles and things that you're going through is not a curse. It's the ancestors alerting you to where you need to be because you're supposed to be helping people. You had to go through all of those experiences because you're going to help many other people. You'll see. You'll see.
Yeah, so you'll change from the cup being empty to the cup is half full. And so once you start working in your spiritual, you'll start to see those lessons where to make you better in a way.
He needs to ground himself.
Yeah, that's what I see him sitting in front of a fire, like a fire, almost like a fire pit.
Okay.
Sitting almost like an Indian style, right in front of the fire. The fire is so live, I can see it.
Okay.
Walk on dirt. Walk on the dirt because The dirt is going to resonate with your body. That it's going to send some energy to your body. That's what I see. You have to walk barefooted on the dirt at least 3 times a week.
Okay, got it.
Or get out there to the bell and walk on that bell. See, because you went out to a major energy center.
Right.
Like,
Arizona.
that's a
Arizona,
major. Yeah. So they put you where you power. You at power. You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Definitely. You know, you just got to know that you're great. Open your mind and listen, and then they're gonna guide you. But know you great. You was brought here from the moment you could ask them, like, "Well, I didn't die in my mother's room, so what do you brought me here for?" And start asking them, and so then they'll start telling you. You know, but don't ask them till you're ready to follow.
Right.
Like, you should ask them, what did they bring you here for? Why you protect me? You know what I mean? Why I can crawl to the bed with asthma? Most people died. Why am I here? You know what I mean?
Right.
And then they're gonna show you. They're gonna show you. It's gonna trip you out when they show you. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
I'm so grateful.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? Because it's getting
About to be 11.
yeah.
Trying to hang in there, y'all.
Well, if not, I want to people still remind you that we're going to look at doing the survival May 7th and 8th in the Atlanta area. And so we got the twins. They're going to spend a weekend with us where we're going to camp maybe for the 2 nights. And then we're going to do archery, gunfire, forestry, learning what foods we could eat around the Atlanta area. So look forward to it. Or information that'll be coming forth, because we've just put it together today, but we're excited about being able to do that.
Who's the twins? What
Remember,
twins?
it was 2 guys that came to the my Venom ceremony in Atlanta, like that, and they were survivalists, and
okay,
like that. And so then we've been getting with them to see if we can come down and, you know, they just look at things to do to survive, like, you know, like that. They're very serious. Yeah. And so there's a park down, I guess down in your area, because they live down below Jonesville, and it's supposedly a park or a lake down there. And so they do archery. They got weekend things all weekend for kids. If kids want to go learn survival.
Where is it? You said Jonesboro?
It's below Jonesboro, about 20 miles below Jonesboro.
Probably like McDonough.
I wish I could remember. But they.
It's by like an Indian Trail Park or something like that. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be doing like a Mother's Day thing with the daughters. Then they got an all-women survival coming up. And then they got the daddy for Father's Day as the daughter take their daddy fishing. These brothers are, you know, they're busy, you know. And it was funny because they didn't know that I had the party. They just woke up that Saturday and their internet popped to Dooley, and then they ended up coming and spending the day with us, you know, so.
Okay.
It's their website is the links. Where is it? Dang. If I was looking for it, I could find it. But I'll get the information out. But I know we looked at just today. We looked at trying to secure the getting, like, we're going to get like 4 or 5 campground rings where people can camp that night. It's called the Lynx Survivalist, and the Lynx is spelled LYNX. And yeah, and you can go to their website, see what they offer, because they offer a lot of stuff. You know, them brothers are busy. But you know, this one, I guess he said we might be doing skeet shooting to learn how to skeet shoot, but the next day we're gonna do archery, you know, like that. And they have a store, so if it's survival stuff you want to buy, you can go to their store. Really good brothers, definitely. I appreciate them. And so look at like May so far, May 7th and 8th, we're gonna be out there at the park down.
Okay. Let us know.
I will, definitely.
Okay.
If they don't have anybody else, I have Shakuni Hani, and then she may take us out with something if she's there. You still there, sister? She's my resident poet, and she may have fell asleep. There she is.
Baba,
Peace.
I'm here.
Appreciate you. Thank you for short notice.
You know I love you. You know I love you. Okay, so I'm in Memphis. I'm going to give you the latest poetry that I wrote because I'm in Memphis and I'm trying to awake people, and they ain't ready for culture, if I can say that. I'm going to give you guys the latest that I've wrote in March. It's just the month of March. I have to give it to you the way I give it to them. I just want to say thanks to the ancestors for making sure that I have land. I'm a landowner now.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But it's because even though I for a long time I've been asking ever since Corona hit, I've been asking why am I in Memphis? Memphians believe in Jesus, this white man with blue eyes, and I know that that's false. But they're not ready to know. So I write things in the ways that I guess the world understands more so. Even though me as a person, I love ancient knowledge. I love listening to my ancestors. But they don't understand. Memphians don't understand. I said all that to say this is the reason why I'm coming this way. To wake us people up. What I plan to do on my land, I plan to have nothing but culture. But in order for people to understand me, they have to understand, I guess, how they see the world and my vision, if that makes sense. So I guess it's two prompts that I want to read, two poems that I want to read. The first one is called I Have a Dream. I wrote this on January 23rd of 2022. I'm gonna give y'all my face so y'all see me for who I am. I have a dream to reign supreme and stack my wealth, not talking fake paper green. On the scene, on that lean, no perks or drugs, just me. Contemplating ways to shine on the grind I ride. Yah to guide Jacob's ladder high I climb. Virtuous woman overcoming darkness led me to something. Proverbs 31, be faithful, and I'm going to keep them coming. Blessings, blessings, blessings on blessings. Now I'm stunting. Shining brighter than those diamonds, no goodwill hunting. I have a dream. I have a dream. I have a dream. I have a dream. One day, Yah will bless me with the finest of men. Black as honest, keep my smile and doing all that he can. Hand in hand, travel the world, uplifting the human. Sisters, brothers, me undercover, no undercovers, no egos to brand. Understand, Torah, and the culture left to this land. We are one under the sun, a universal plan. Together we shine, no sense of pride, we ride. Holy matrimony, no slips, we just slide. I have a dream. I have a dream.
Yay, thank you. Encore.
Beautiful.
So part two of that I Have a Dream is called Life is Beautiful. Rock Kadesh leading God the way. Listen, brothers, sisters, what I got to say. Shining my light like a gamma ray. Roman road travel Sabbath Saturdays. From Timbuktu to San Francisco Bay. To the South Stream, now Ascension Day. May our kingdom come, let our troubles end. Let us remember where our stories began. Before the caveman or Eve's deep sin, Adam lent a hand and said, Satan wins. Now is the time, no more gunplay, y'all. Look around where our ancestors crawled. Refuse to fall, so we unite abroad. Servants of Yah answers the call. Muse an anxious display of it all. Beauty lies deep, but have faith like Paul. Mused by the culture each and every day. Always overlook what haters gonna say. Walk in the light in this glorious phase, like a burning bush always guided to praise. Listen to the wind and birds rephrase. Set ablaze a way for the young to be brave. Cast aside the fear of a slave from father's sins of past yesterdays. I'm shouting hallelujah, nothing of this world can save us. I'm shouting hallelujah, beauty's all around you gave us. Because life is beautiful, because Yah is love. Life is beautiful. Always look up. Life is beautiful, because Yah is love. Life is beautiful. So turn it up. That's what we do.
Thank you.
By Shango Woman.